I had a brake fire, so I had a tire that blew out because of it, so I got a guy over here replacing it on the side of Interstate 39. Of course, it's toward the road, so it's pretty dangerous, so I'm trying to direct traffic into the other lane. You gotta give a lot of respect to these guys that are out here changing tires on the side of the road. It's a pretty dangerous job. If I didn't direct him over to the other side, they'd be running right next to him right there when he's changing my tire. So anyway, we'll update later. Hey everybody. To another driver. So earlier I showed you on the road that Loves was here trying to replace a tire. What happened was my brakes caught fire for some reason. I wasn't losing air pressure or anything like that, but I guess the brake on the front roadside axle was dragging or something. And anyway, it caught fire, and I pulled over and was putting it out with a fire extinguisher, and I had to make several attempts because I'd get it out, but it was so hot it would flame back up again. So about the third time it flared back up, I was spraying it down again with the extinguisher, and the tire exploded because it had gotten so hot. And it hit me on my hand right here pretty hard. You probably can't tell much, but it's swollen and has an abrasion. There's going to be a deep bruise. It's not broken, but it kind of just surprised me. And I've got ringing in my ears now too because of the concussion, because it literally exploded louder than like a rifle shot. It was louder than that, and I was under there when it happened. Well, anyway, Loves came to try to replace that tire, and they've got to replace that tire before I can have the trailer towed. The trailer's got to be towed because the brakes have to be caged because they're dragging. They won't disengage. And anyway, Loves could not change the tire because Schneider has a security lug nut on there. Especially at all the newer trailers, you'll find them, and it takes a special lug remover. It looks like a big lug nut with a couple of pins that go into it's a completely round lug with two holes in it. It fits in there, and then they put the lug wrench on there to take it off. Well, we don't have them. They're not on the trailers. The drivers don't carry them. Loves didn't have one. Loves didn't have an air hammer with a chisel on it, anything like that. So Loves had to give up, and now they're calling me to let me know what's going to happen. Let's see. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucked. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he actually called, their dispatch called, and they knew that Loves was supposed to replace the tire, so I'm supposed to call him back when the tire is replaced, so yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that part will work out now. It's just going to be a delays. Yeah, I should. I've got like 7.5 hours of time, so even if we burn up 3 hours between now and then, 3 or 4, I should still have time to get back. So. Okay. All right. That's the thing with Loves, they didn't have anything. They have like the most basic stuff on their truck. I looked at all his stuff that he had. Yeah, he just didn't have anything to. Yeah, Loves for that kind of tire. I guess they just don't have those tools to take that stuff off. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you, sir. All right, bye-bye. Okay, so that was Schneider calling me back, and they're going to send out Sapp Bros back up off of I-80, which is actually where I had just come from there. I got fuel up there. And between there and where I am now, my brakes caught fire, so I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, Sapp Bros is going to come in and change the tire, and then I got to call the tow company back, and they're going to send the tow truck out. And I'm actually going to pull out from underneath the trailer, and the tow truck's going to tow my trailer back up to Rockford, and then I got to go back up at least to Rockford to spend the night and maybe go back home, because I don't think they can work on that trailer tonight at the shop we take it to. It's not a 24-hour shop. It's not even a shop that's open till midnight. I think they close at 5 o'clock. So this load that I have is supposed to be down in Festus, Missouri at 7 in the morning, and I have extreme doubts that they'll even have this trailer in the shop being worked on at 7 in the morning. So I'll probably end up dragging my tail, my heels, sitting, waiting all day, at least all morning tomorrow, and probably have to pick up the same load and deliver it, and just see how it goes from there. So my week got kind of messed up because of that already, because I'm normally on a pretty regular schedule, and now this is going to push everything back a day, which is really weird because I only work 4 days this week and I work 6 days the next week. So anyway, sometimes this happens as a truck driver. You're going to have unexpected problems where you have a breakdown like that. This is probably the most serious thing, other than having an accident, that I've ever had, where my brakes actually caught fire. I've never had that before in 12 years of driving. My brakes have never caught fire. I've never had a tire catch fire, because I checked that stuff, and I checked this one out. So something had to malfunction on the way. I wasn't losing any noticeable air pressure. I'm not losing any now, and I've got it hooked back up. It still holds pressure, but there's something in that brake assembly that has to be failing, where it's letting that spring overpower the air pressure so that the brakes are dragging. So anyway, I've been sitting here for about 3.5 hours, and there's no resolution yet. It could be 3 or 4 hours before I can actually pull out of here, which would mean I'll be sitting on the side of the interstate for for around 7 hours or so, just because of a breakdown. And it looks like I'm gonna get rained on. There's a lot of lightning behind me, and it's coming this way. So even when the tire people show up, it's not going to be very pleasant, because the tire is on the roadside, and I'm probably going to have to go out there to try to direct traffic away from the guy who's changing it, because the people just don't move over, and if they do move over, it's last minute. They're not paying attention. People just don't look far enough ahead down the road to notice that there's flashing lights and that there could be a problem. So it's really dangerous out here, even to be parked on the side of the interstate, let alone having a guy working on the road side of the interstate, changing a tire. So that's the scariest part about all of this for me. All right, now I think this is a tow company again. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's still holding air pressure. I never lost pressure, and it didn't look like any of the lines were damaged. I honestly don't know what happened. It just started dragging and caught fire. So I don't think it was losing the air. Yeah, it's just on the front tandem on the roadside. That's the one that locked up. The other one wasn't smoking or hot or anything. Just that one. So yeah. All right, you bet. Thanks. Bye. Yeah. No, they couldn't do it because apparently they didn't have the right tool, so now they're sending out Sapp Bros, which is probably only 15 miles from here, so who's that? Schneider? Oh yeah, it's on the trailer, yeah. Okay, you bet. All right, bye. Alright, so that's the tow truck company. They're trying to double check to see what the deal is for them to haul away this trailer. Anyway, so nothing too exciting at the moment other than sitting and waiting. I would have shown a video of the fire as it was happening, except for I had to put it out and I was kind of busy at the moment. Had to separate the tractor and trailer just in case I wasn't able to put it out, because I didn't want my tractor to catch on fire. I really didn't want the trailer to catch on fire either, so I'm glad that I was able to put that out. Otherwise we'd have fire trucks and police and everything out here on top of it. But anyway, I'll let you know when everything gets done and I get to get out of here. Maybe I'll get some video of the tow truck guy. I don't know. Well, good morning. Just following up with the fire that I had on my brakes yesterday. They ended up getting the brake released and the tire fixed, and I was able to pull the trailer myself all the way back up to Rockford, and was supposed to get the brake fixed here, but they're gonna have to pull the whole wheel assembly off and everything and inspect it because of the fire, and order parts and all that kind of stuff. So they're not going to be able to do a quick fix here. So now they're trying to find out if I can cross dock the freight onto another trailer in Rockford at the regional distribution center, or if I'll have to go back up to Janesville, which is about 45 miles up, and do it there, and then bring this trailer back down to get it repaired. So right now it looks like I'm going to spend my whole morning just getting the trailer empty and back down here for repair, and I'm not sure what they're going to do as far as having me. I don't know if I'm going to be delivering the freight now in Missouri, or if they're going to hand that off to someone else. I just don't know. So it's been one of those situations where there's nothing you can do except sit and wait, and then move to the next place where you think is a good idea to go. And sometimes it turns out where it's maybe not the right decision, but you just don't know until you have all the information. So anyway, the good thing about this for me is I'm on a daily salary, so I don't care that I only got about 200 miles yesterday. I don't get paid by the mile, I get paid by the day. So it works out for me where no matter what they tell me to do, I'm still getting paid the same, so it doesn't matter. But sometimes it's a little bit frustrating just because you start one way and then you end up having to go another direction, and you just have to learn how to roll with the punches. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm sitting now. Nothing is resolved at this point. We're waiting on a manager somewhere to make the final decision, and then they'll call me back and tell me where I need to go from here. So we'll update later, and if I ever make it down to Missouri, or if they switch me over to a different load, I guess I'll let you know. All right, we'll talk to you later.